hit that like button, just like Tyson.
What's that word, family? Hey, man, check this out. I was just in Chicago this weekend, bro. You know, I rode down there because one of my homeboys wanted me to take him to the city. So, of course, me, being the great guy that I am, I said, well, as long as you pay for the gas, you know, I'll shoot you down there. You know, he's going to be down there for a whole week. So he's coming back next weekend. I do believe next Sunday, something like that. So we just going to pray that the homeboy make it back safely, because while we were in Chicago, a lot of things were going down, man. I mean, well, when we first pulled up, we pulled up to a family house. You know, we had a couple of guys in the backyard of the family house. You know, all of them they all had pistols on them, which is understandable because we're in Chicago. It was even one of my guys that had 2 pistols on him, you know. So another one of my guys pulled up, you know, and when he got out the car, all you heard was click, click. So he went in his trunk and grabbed this shit and clicked and came over there where we were at. So some females pulled up, you know, they outside, they kicking it. Now all the females, they stayed in the street. They were just in the middle of the street talking, laughing, giggling, you know, doing the female thing. All the guys, we were in the backyard. We hit gunshots, man. We hit dozens of gunshots. And, you know, I'm sitting there and I haven't been in the city, you know, since the pandemic. So I haven't really been in the city for almost a year. And as we just sitting there, the gunshots going off, they might be 2-3 blocks away. You know, I look at the females, they just going about their business, man. They still laughing, giggling, having fun. You know, and I'm like, wow, you know, like, that's crazy that, you know, motherfuckers ain't even saying, like we used to say back in the day, like, man, that shit sound like it's coming from this block, or it sound like it's coming from that block, man. Ain't nobody say nothing, ain't nobody turn their head, ain't nobody look. So I was like, no, well, you know, that just goes to show how used to gunfire we are in Chicago. So that was Saturday. I drove my guy down there, man. We made it about 10 o'clock. You know, we heard gunshots. Like I said, the females didn't move, but they didn't even pay attention. They were like oblivious to the shots going off. And, you know, that's just all a part of living in Chicago. So we later found out that that night, I'm not sure if those were the shots that we heard, but we found out that a young teenage girl was shot on a block that was not far from us on 117th in Indiana. But I doubt if those were the shots we heard, because we were just a little bit too far away from there, you know, to really hear those shots. Like, we never hear shots coming from down there. We always just, you know, hear people. People always tell us, man, somebody just got shot down this way. So, you know, but prayers to that 17-year-old girl, or 13, I'm not sure how old she was. She was a young teenage girl. You know, she was shot, man, and I think she's in serious condition. So we want to send prayers to that girl and her family. Also, that very same night, the next morning I wake up, I get word that Lil Durk brother was shot and killed in Chicago on that night, that Saturday night and that Sunday morning. You know, he was shot in the head and killed, man. And a lot of people came to me and they said, Lo, what do you think about the curse of Little Durk right now? I say, man, it's the curse of the city of Chicago. It's the curse of the city of Chicago. We don't know what exactly happened to Lil Durk's brother, D-Thing, but we do want to send our condolences. Say rest in peace to D-Thing, man. No, it's to me, it's not funny anymore. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Shouldn't have been funny then at all. But it's not cool anymore, should I say, that we got young black men just dying. Shit ain't cool no more. But, you know, the sad part is I stay in Iowa. And the sad part is Iowa is so close to Chicago that we got so many people from Chicago that live in Iowa. Some of them live out here because they might have been a snitch in their neighborhood. Some of them moved out here just to sell drugs. Some of them, like me, moved out here because I was a little bit older and I decided that, you know, I just want to find a job, work a regular 9 to 5 and just, you know, grow older, you know, and stack money that way. I've always been a hustler. I always made money. So, you know, I just wanted to stack money that way. I came out here because my brother was out here. So I make it home Sunday. I'm tired as fuck. Now, I done looked at all the posts about Lil Durk's brother, D-Thing. And I said, you know, I got to make a video about it. But I'm just so tired right now and I'm not going to make a video. So, you know, my old lady came in about 10 o'clock. You know, we smoked a blunt, chilled out, and laid down, started watching the movie. I go to sleep again because, you know, I was tired from being on the road. And I go to sleep again, and at 2 in the morning, in my home in Iowa, I just hear gunshots, pop, 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 pop. I'm like, oh, shit. You know, I just laid in the bed like, it sounded like it's on the corner. So I'm like, I just laid in the bed like, I'm not even finna get up, look out the window, you know, and see if, you know, I didn't hear nobody scream or didn't hear no car pull off, nothing. I just heard the shots. It was about 15 to 20 shots. Sounded like 2 people were shooting because in the middle of one gun, I heard another gun go off as well. But, and that's all to say, the whole Midwest area, if Chicago people are there, they bring the attitudes from Chicago to those places as well. So even though I live in Iowa, you can get killed, murdered, you know, shot up, your house. See, one thing about out here is they like to shoot up houses in Iowa. They'll shoot your house up, you know, and some silly shit like that. But it just made me think about the gun violence across the Midwest. You know, we probably got more shootings in Iowa, in my little town in Iowa, than they had in New York. Because they were going crazy about 6 people being shot in New York last week. I'm like, shit, 6 people? Like 4 people get shot in Iowa. So, you know what I'm saying? On the weekend. So it's like 6 people for a big city like New York to be up in arms about 6 people. You know, then, like I said, Chicago, man, we was only in the hundreds. So, I mean, you know, we didn't hear the gunshots on the east side. We didn't hear gunshots, you know, on the west side or even down low. We just heard what we heard in our area in the hundreds. And trust me, you can't hear gunshots from all the way over there. So those shots that we heard that particular night were fairly close. Now let's get back to D-Thing. He was killed at a nightclub in Harvey, Illinois, which is like on 170 something in Halstead, which was the neighborhood we were in. We wasn't in Harvey. We were in the hundreds though. So we were on 107. You know what I'm saying? We were on 107 and they're on 170th. So it'd have been a nice little ride, but we could have made it there. That's in our neighborhood. But it's just sad to me, man, that the Banks family is missing a son now. And it's touching a lot of nerves. We had FBG Duck's mother on the internet making videos saying, please don't nobody representing her son make a diss track or get on the internet talking about they smoking on Lil Durk's brother. She didn't want to see that happen. She said, if you represent BCR or BCE, do not get on the internet and diss these guys. Well, of course, people must have been getting on the internet dissing Lil Durk and his brother because she came out with another video where she was screaming and hollering and snapping. I'm going to say, I feel the emotion coming from you being Duck's mother, but you got to calm down, man. You going to rush yourself to an early grave trying to reach these young people in that manner. You know what I'm saying? And to me, a woman yelling and screaming like that, that's obviously went through a lot of pain. That's part of the reason that a lot of young black men are so emotional. We're raised by women that when all else fails, they just snap. They snap. And you know what I'm saying? And the black women in the community, we got to calm down. You didn't get your point across the first time snapping. Should have been like, you know what? Let's try a different approach. Let's try a more reasonable approach, an approach where I'm just talking to people. I'm not yelling. I'm not screaming. I'm not snapping, because in the end, all that's going to do is have FBG Duck's mother get sick, man. You know what I'm saying? You can have a brain aneurysm from just yelling and screaming. You know, it's good to be emotional, but we got to control these emotions. And that's what's going on with the young man in the community. I do believe they're not controlling their emotions. Now, the funny thing is, I went to my uncle's house on Peoria Street, hung out with him for a minute. He was telling me about, well, last month, this guy got stabbed and he died right here on this porch, not on my uncle's porch, but the porch next door. So he got stabbed in the house. It was a domestic situation. He was stabbed. He came outside and he just passed out and he didn't make it. And that's one thing I don't like about visiting Chicago. All the talk about the death. But one thing my uncle said that was very interesting. I said, yeah, I'm about to hit the highway, go home. He said, see, y'all niggas created this monster. Then y'all want to move to the suburbs. Y'all want to move to Iowa. Y'all want to move to Missouri. Y'all want to move, just leave the whole situation. Which my uncle did have a point. We did a lot of that bullshit. And we started a lot of that shit. And now we all decide to move away and not deal with the situation that we made, which is true. But I feel it's more than that because, like I said, New York was up in arms for 6 shootings. Chicago had 50-something shootings that same weekend. You know what I'm saying? 50-something. And New York is what, 2 times, 3 times bigger than Chicago? So it got to be something going on with the Democrats that run the city of Chicago. I don't know. I want y'all to hit me in the comment section. Once again, I'm going to say rest in peace to Lil Durk, Lil Durk's brother, D-Thing. And I want to say, prayers up for that young child that was shot and killed in the hundreds, man, on the 117th in Indiana. She's a young female. And like I said, the gunshots that happened at my house in Iowa, it was about 2 in the morning. And just y'all just relax, man. Go in the house, man. Stay in the house, man. Stay put up. It's real in the field, and every neighborhood got their own thing going on, and we just gotta stay on point and put up, and just move in the correct fashion, man. I'm not saying run from this or that. I'm just saying we gotta think, man, and move different. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about this particular video in the comment section. I'll be back later with more commentary. Peace.